Hello, this is Brian. Today is Tuesday, June 20th, 2023, and I'm over here in the Laguna Mountains here in San Diego County, and I want to do a spotlight on plants video. And today, I want to focus on this haze of purple beauty right here. This right here is called Mountain Woolly Star. And this is Eriastrum densifolium. So what we have here in this plant is a perennial, herbaceous on the top and slightly semi-woody on the base. So it's kind of like a small subshrub, and it's a member of the Phlox family. This is the Polemoniaceae. Now, getting really concrete, extreme details on this plant are going to be pretty tough because the plant is so small, but it is a beauty. Now, so what we have, again, is this small upright perennial slash subshrub with a slightly woody base, fine grayish green foliage, and in early summer, clusters of these absolutely gorgeous 5-petaled purple flowers that are definitely a showstopper, and this would be a fun addition to your garden. So what we have here is this is a plant that's mostly found along the crest of our mountains and on the east side, and so this is more of a mountain slash desert transition plant, and we are along the crest of the Laguna Mountains. We're about 6,040 feet above sea level right here at this point. So what we have is this nice, gentle, really narrow, needle-like, almost needle-like leaves, but they're very, very finely, pinnately lobed. So the leaves are slightly lobed, very hard to show on camera, but if you look carefully, you might be able to see some of the lobation on the leaves. And the leaves themselves are kind of stiff, but relatively gentle. However, once you go up the stem towards the base of the inflorescence, where all the flowers are, then you're going to get these kind of prickly bracts. And the prickly bracts might be kind of irritating on the skin. They might kind of poke you and sting you for a second. Not poisonous that I know of, but what you're going to notice is that you're going to see at the base are these many lobed bracts. They're kind of lobed like the leaves are. A bract is basically a modified leaf. So if you can see that these lobes are, that these are very well lobed, pointy, prickly bracts. Now there are two subspecies of this plant that I know of, and one subspecies is subspecies austromontanum, the southern mountain subspecies, and then, so that would be Eriastrum densifolium subspecies austromontanum, and then we got Eriastrum densifolium subspecies elongatum. Now the one I'm looking at is subspecies austromontanum, and how I can tell this is austromontanum is by the amount of lobes on the bracts. Let's see. So if you look at the lobes, the one with the most amount of lobes is austromontanum. So if you're looking at more than 5 lobes, well, 5 of these linear lobes, you're looking at subspecies austromontanum. If you're looking at 5 or less, then it's subspecies elongatum. And I looked up my information based on what subspecies this is by consulting James Leitner's San Diego County Native Plants Field Guide. It has been an absolutely indispensable tool ever since I bought it back in 2013, and helping me identify more and more plants. So before I came to shoot this video, I knew it was in the Phlox family. I knew it was in the Polemoniaceae. So no big stretch there. So I was wondering if it was a type of phlox, a type of gilia, but no, it's an Eriastrum, so it's called woolly star. So I'm going to try to take up some closer pictures of it. It's going to be hard to get some really good detail because the plant's leaves are tiny, the bracts are tiny, and the flowers are tiny. So let's see how good of a job I could do getting some in-depth pictures here. So let's go take a closer look at the flowers, because the flowers are really showstoppers. Especially if you take the time to come up to these plants. Like I said, you'll notice them when you're hiking on the trail. You'll be able to notice them because you'll find them a lot of times in these grassy, open, disturbed sites like here. So you'll be able to notice them quite easily. But to look at all the concrete details, like the shape of the petals, the details of the leaves, you're really gonna have to get in close. I'm here kneeling down, looking at these plants, trying to get as good video and picture footage as I can. And you can see our local butterfly population really digs these too. Pretty neat. But looking carefully, I could see the 5 petals. They're very small petals, and they got that nice, beautiful purple color to them. But what you'll also notice, if you look really carefully, is there are even darker purple streaks going up and down the petals. Darkest purplish streaks that even make the flower look even more amazing. And even the stamens and the pollinia are purplish colored as well on this plant. And again, we're looking at light grayish green, common plant adaptation to help reflect excess sunlight and help it survive the dry summers out here. So that glaucous color, that grayish green, is an adaptation for this plant to survive drought, because it can get very dry up here during the summer months. But again, the top of the plant kind of prickly, so just watch your fingers. It might kind of sting a little bit for a second, but it's definitely a plant worth getting to know here, especially if you're into the wildflowers. And this is one of the more striking flowers up here, to be honest with you. So I'm going to try to get just a couple more pictures, and then we'll go ahead and end this video out. So yeah, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Here in Southern California, if you're ever hiking a trail up here in the mountains during the summertime, the early summer, keep an eye out for this. It's an absolutely gorgeous plant. Mountain woolly star, Eriastrum densifolium. And again, in reference, if you're looking at these bracts here at the base of the inflorescence, if they are more than 5-lobed, you're most likely looking at subspecies austromontanum, which is this subspecies here. And if it's got less than that, you're most likely looking at subspecies elongatum. So here's some more of it right here. Stuff in the shade hasn't bloomed yet, but you can definitely tell. You can see here. Looks like somebody broke this piece off. This is how this piece got broken off. It was before I got here. It's already dried up. As you can see, the stems get a little thicker, and they start forming some slightly woody tissue. So that's why sometimes this is labeled as a subshrub. So yeah, you can see here some lightish gray bark. Lightish gray bark and some very gently woody tissue. So there you have it. Mountain woolly star. Eriastrum. Densifolium. Right here from Mount Laguna. Thanks for watching. And I will see you on the next spotlight.